Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of All Angles. I'm Dion Jax Miller. That startling video footage that went viral yesterday showing what was happening in Spanish Town after the shooting started in the Market District. We're going to be getting an update on that in today's program. Right after that, we're going to be talking to Education Minister Favour Williams. She is going to be responding to questions and comments and concerns about the Sixth Form Pathways program. On last week's program, we heard from students, we heard from principals, so we're going to put those concerns to the minister. Remember, as always, you can rather tweet along with us. Our hashtag is TVJ All Angles. First, so my colleague Kirk Wright has been following the situation in Spanish Town, has been there. And Kirk, is there a sense that the situation is better today? Or is the level of tension from your assessment still high?
Tense, but clearly the police military being on the ground seem to have some kind of control of the area. When I spoke to an assistant superintendent today, he said the place is saturated and you know, they're basically in all areas, all of the affected areas, making sure that the place is safe. But today, the town, usually busy town, was very scanty. Some vendors came out, it's a market area. Some vendors came out and they said to me that, Kurt, we have to do this. We have very little choice. We still have to provide for our family. One man told me that he, you know, while he's out, he's keeping one eye on his goods, another eye to see what was happening, if anything. Now, I ventured into the market area and I met a vendor from this very video who was trying to hide. He actually hid under a moving van. So while speaking to him, he said, well, you know, Kirk, my hip was hurting because the wheel had actually rested on his hip while he was hiding, seeking cover from the shots that were being fired. He was feeling pain, and while I spoke to him, he was visibly shaken, Dion.
But at the same time, as you said, feeling impelled to still come out today because people have to earn a living.
He says he has 2 children going to high school, 2 children who are going to do exams, so he had to come out to make sure that, you know, he at least still tried to earn a living.
You spoke about the area being saturated with members of the security forces. Do people feel safer today, though?
Mm-hmm. Most we spoke with said that they felt secure, seeing the level of police and military presence in the area. The only problem, though, that the area was void of customers. And that also affected not only people who come out to vend, but it also affected people, the taxi operators. Most of the wholesale along Cumberland Road, they were closed. So there were no customers, there were very little activity. So the taximen there suffered in that regard. We saw only the Lifeline pharmacy that was open, and they were open early and had their full complement of staff. So except for everybody else, they opened on time and remained open for most of the day.
Yesterday, and I think we have that video we're going to be putting up. Yesterday, we were live on air when our correspondent Devon called in was reporting to us about the fire that took place at the Rodney Memorial Building. I know the Courts Management Services sent out a statement today saying that court would be held as usual, but what do we have, what information do we know about the damage that took place?
All right, so I went there early this morning, went upstairs and I looked around. There was more water damage to files and so on. Most of the employees told me that they wouldn't be able to do any work. It would have been cleanup operation, but I was told that the fireman did an initial check yesterday, and they saw no signs that, you know, there was a bottle, it was bottle bomb, as people were initially saying. I'm not sure what their investigations have revealed so far, but the employees took some comfort in that probably it might have not been them being attacked, and so, you know, someone setting the building on fire, but it might have been something else that sparked the fire in the building.
Kirk, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No
and we have on the line with us the head of the Corporate Communications Unit at the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Senior Superintendent of Police, Stephanie And thank you so much for talking to us. As always, SSP Lindsay, we do appreciate it. No, we heard Kirk saying there that the area has been blanketed with members of the security forces, but is there no, first of all, have there been significant movements or significant progress in terms of trying to figure out what went wrong and fixing it? Right, we now have SSP Lindsay online for a quick update. SSP Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us. How much progress has there been made in getting to the bottom of the situation we saw yesterday in Spanish Town?
All right. So it's coming across a little low, but just I guess you're asking about progress made over in Spanish Town since the incident yesterday.
Yes, that's correct.
Right. So we were in the field up to this afternoon. I know Commissioner visited last night. We were there this afternoon again along with the minister just to get some brief. At the moment, you can sense that there's still some tension in the area. However, we have a lot of security presence there, both military and the Jamaican Constabulary Force in the area. So I think the persons are feeling much more reassured, and they continue to maintain that very strong presence. Since last night, a curfew was imposed in the troubled areas, and that will continue until tomorrow evening, following which they will do an assessment to see if there's need to have any further curfew. But at the moment, what we are doing now is really maintaining strong security presence so as to reassure the citizens who are very fearful at this time.
All right. You know, SSP Lindsay, I'm going to have to talk to you another day when we have you on a better line, because it seems as if we just can't figure out how to fix the situation in Spanish Town. Years is going on, SSP Lindsay, years. I heard somebody today describe Spanish Town as a ticking time bomb, and other people saying they hate the town, they don't want to ever be in it. And it's because of our inability to get a handle on this gang situation, why we can't fix it.
Well, as you know, steps have been made because we know we have two major gangs operating in the state. We have a number of members from one of the gangs before the court. The one other gang, which is at the center of this recent conflict, we have not had much from them in recent time. Just late last year, around September, this intra-gang fighting started, which has resulted in deaths and injuries of a number of persons. It resulted in what we saw the week before, as well as what happened at the 2 days yesterday.
All right.
So
I tell you what, SSP Lindsay, as I said, another time when you have more time, we delve into that a little bit more. But thank you so much. We appreciate the update as always.
Good.
All right, let's go to the break. When we come back, the Sixth Form Pathways program. Stay tuned.